Aloha, this is Tom Lesher with the Weekly Pele Report. I hope you can hear me. I'm up here in Lithia stream here with the water flowing up by the ferry pools. I thought I'm standing in water today, which is very appropriate for this Pele Report and what's going on, because there's quite a lineup going on this weekend. It's effective now, and it'll be effective all through next week, and it's a very powerful lineup, so we need to talk about it. And what that is Venus is on the other side of the sun. Then we have the sun. Then we have Mercury. Then we have us, planet Earth. And then far, 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 far away, we have Neptune. These are all in an alignment, a perfect lineup within degrees, 1 or 2 degrees, very powerful all week, right? And so this is, let's look at it once. In between us and Venus, in between us and love, us and the heart, we've got Mercury and we've got the sun. And it's like way far over on the other side of the sun is that Venus. It's like, hello, honey, come back here. It's far away. And our mind is in the way. Our mind is in between us and our hearts right now. Yeah? A lot of thinking, a lot of worrying, a lot of planning, a lot of needing to decide or, make this decision or that, and not really knowing which way is up, which way is down, which way to go. Mercury wants to navigate through these things, yeah? And it's in a very difficult position right now, right? Because then on the other side, we've got Neptune. Neptune, and then we've got, us in between Neptune and Mercury. And I'm going to get to Neptune, god of the waters, god of the ocean, god of the infinite, yeah? Very, very powerful. It's at the critical degree of 29 degrees Aquarius. And it went into 29 degrees, that critical degree, on August 4th. It's going to stay there until September 10th. It's a very, very powerful time. But I want to stay first a little bit more here with Earth, Mercury, Sun, Venus. And the sun is our power. It is our control. It's our self. It's our identity. And Venus is on the other side of the sun. So we're like, we need to create. We need to envision. We need to fulfill, but we need to break through in order to manifest the love, the peace, the beauty in our lives right now. It's very, very challenging time, because let's look at Neptune, the god of the infinite, ruler of Pisces in the 12th house. Let's just look at this polarity. Sun, Mercury, Venus, opposite Neptune. So we've got the Sun, Venus, Mercury happening in Leo, opposite Neptune in Aquarius. And this just creates a situation, it's a condition where, let's face it, we can feel the pangs of our hearts, longing to escape, longing to go home, longing to live the dream of peace, harmony, love, and unity. And we can feel very separate, very far away from that distant song, that distant calling, It's the fairy pools calling us into the magic, into the mystery. And now we've got this Mars square Saturn going on. There's just a lot of, angst. And it's like that dream world, that fantasy, that love, that magic, that heaven can feel very, very far away from us right now. This can be a very lonely time. A time of feeling great separation. A time of grief. A time of sorrow, as we feel our heart is not getting fed and nourished, and we're not feeling alive and invigorated, and inspired during these times. And what this calls for, and this is the, you know, kind of the crux of the situation, all of this is happening in Leo. And in fact, then, you know, later on this week and Monday, when the Sun opposes Neptune, Sunday, Venus opposes Neptune, they're at the critical degree of Leo. 29 degrees of Leo. This is calling. This is really calling us into, and it's funny, Leo rules the heart. You know, Venus rules the heart chakra, but in astrology, Leo and the Sun, you know, all have this connection to the heart. And that heart is the beating, pulsing life. It is the I am. And this is a time, and I've got to just really push it, really stress it, you know, that this weekend and this time is a time where we can falter. We can want to escape into drugs, sex, dance, rock and roll, music, art, color, just dream, just, you know, drugs, just, you know, addictions. Just to not feel ourselves, not feel the grief, not deal with the separation, not make the decisions. This is like a real time. Neptune is escapism, and it's self-illusion, self-delusion. It's going to be a time when a large part of the population will just go, huh? What are you talking about? Oh, I think everything's fine. You know, just, you know, give me another toke, you know, give me another beer, you know, give me another football, baseball game, you know. It's like, yeah. We can deny and avoid and try to escape out of these feelings of separation, loneliness, isolation, and grief, or, and this is the higher vibration of Neptune. It's, you know, it boils down to meditation, it boils down to yoga, pranayama, breath work, still the mind. That's our mantra this week. Still the mind, and you will find me waiting there. Me being spirit, creator, source. Still the mind, and you will find creator there. This is a time when there is a lot of change. There is a lot of fear. There's a lot of anxiousness. And there can be a lot of hope. Which brings me to this Elenin, Nibiru. You know, these comets that are coming, and the Hopi prophecies, and the videos out there. And I've tapped into Elenin. I'm feeling Elenin. You know, Elenin is, from my research, Elenin is actually coming in through the sign of Cancer. You know, and it's you know, Mars is there now too, and again, there is this angst and this inner frustration and desire for change. When's this going to change? When's it going to break? When is this, you know, tension within me going to stop? And there can be the desire and the looking to, you know, I want, you know, a brown dwarf star to come in and change everything, or I want the economy to fall apart and wake people up, or I want, you know, drastic, you know, natural events to, you know, just, you know, stir up the thing so that the outside world can be as stirred up as my inside world. You know, it's like, I don't want to be in this stew pot alone. Let's shake up the whole frickin' planet. I hate to say this, but guess what? It's not really happening. You know, that comet is about 2 to 3 miles in diameter. It's a little block of ice and dirt that's coming through here. And I have to disagree with some of the findings or the alignments of the videos that have been up on the internet. And people, I'm addressing this because I've gotten emails and people are just wanting me to talk about this. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I see it as a big distraction from our inner work. It's our inner work. It's our inner process. It's our inner stilling the mind from all distractions. And there's going to be one after another after another. And I encourage you to not, with this Mercury retrograde and, get all these stories going and these wishes and these hopes. Just sit. Be still. Life is fine. Life is beautiful. You are what you are. And that is good enough and full enough and complete enough. These changes are all going to be coming in their due time, in their due course. It's not going to be in October. And I'll tell you, it's not the end of the world as we know it. Well, it is as we know it. It is the end of the world as we know it. But it's not the end of the world. And things are not going to be blowing up quite as much as people would possibly hope, wish, desire, or expect. It is your identity that is cracking open. It is your heart that is busting apart. It's you that needs to change, not the world. That's the focus. That's the message of Leo. It's about being the king. It's about being the queen. It's about being centered in your heart and not being pulled off by this alarm bell and that fire alarm and, this prophet and that, story. It's time to tap in. And all this other jargon and all these other stuff going around is just opportunities for you to sharpen the sword of your disciplined will to control and still and center your mind. That's the critical Aquarius, 29 degrees. That's the genius. And when you do, woo! When you still all the inner voices, then the truth will be known. Let thine eye be single, and the truth will set you free. So that's about what goes on this weekend. It's and this whole week. Like I say, it's a very, very powerful time, and it is the upside. The upside of it is that you can, through this window, through this opportunity, you can tap into the most subtle, sublime, beautiful truths about yourself, about your heart, and about your future than you ever could before. And you can join together in union, sexual, emotional, heart-centered, spiritual union is so favored through this time period that you can, it's just, and it's a beautiful way of stilling your mind, is through touch and through connection. We've got that moon moving through Taurus this weekend, creating a great T-square, with this Sun, Neptune, and it's, coming around to conjoin with Jupiter. It just really feel your body. The wisdom is in your body. Feel your body. Touch yourself. Touch your soul. Touch another. Get grounded. Get here. Get now. Stay out of the internet and the cyberspace and the comets and the asteroids and the planets. All this astrology stuff. Forget it, man. It's all just like going around, Yeah, your head is, your head is the celestial sphere. It's all going on in there, man. All right, that's enough for now. You have a good week. I'm going to be in Sacramento Friday night giving a talk. There's info on my website, and then I'm giving classes for 3 more weeks before I head off to Down Under. I'm going down to Oz. Be doing workshops in Sydney and Melbourne. All that info is on my website. I wish you the best, and namaste. Yeah, aloha.